Hey guys, welcome to JPT. I'm Carson G, and this is Just Plain Tech. Today is kind of a follow-up video, kind of a part 2 of restoring the Dell Studio XPS. Now, I want to install Feren OS on it. I'm thinking about it, but I don't really know what Feren OS is, and I've never really used it. I know it's based off Linux Mint, but that's just about all I know about it. So I formatted it on this live USB right here. I'm going to boot to it from the Studio XPS, and I'm going to test it out, and if I want to install it, then I will install it. It was a really cool experience opening up the Studio XPS. I've never actually opened up a computer before, except for that one. So I've watched a lot of videos of other YouTubers, like Linus Tech Tips, for example, putting hard drives and restoring computers and stuff like that. So I had a little bit of an idea of what I was doing, and that's how I knew where the hard drive went and how to put the RAM back in. But, yeah. So let's hop onto our computer, test out Feren OS. Here we are on the Feren OS desktop. So it's based off Linux Mint. This is the file manager. It looks pretty normal as far as file managers go, except for except for this rubbish bin. You're calling it the rubbish bin? That's actually kind of a clever name. Anyway, if we go up here, oh, there's that. So hopefully that's like a clever hide thing, and it will only, yeah, so it will hide when it needs to. It won't be there all the time. So that's good. Yeah, we can just close that out. We've got the Feren, what is that? Store? Okay. Ooh. They just have normal Chrome on here? Oh yeah, probably because this is 64-bit. I'm so used to installing Chromium since Chrome doesn't actually support 32-bit anymore on Linux. But yeah, so that's kind of cool. It really just looks like Mint install pretty much. So if we go here, desktop theme, I kind of want to see what that does. Oh, okay. Feren OS default. I want to try that. Okay, so this looks a little more like the standard KDE 5. Not too big of a fan of KDE 5. I love KDE 4 though. But if we go back to the default, and it shouldn't take too long to, there we go. But if we look at this, it's not super bloated like KDE normally is, you know. It's really just, I mean, it comes with a few things that maybe you don't need, but for the most part, it's not bloated, which is really cool. And so far, just from testing this out, this is what I like. So I've tested it out for a few minutes before doing this video, but it looks like a debloated KDE 5. It's really cool. So I don't really like KDE 5 because it's buggy, sluggish, and bloated. But this seems to take all of that away. It seems to be really stable, and there just isn't so much junk software that you probably won't ever use, which is really nice, and it doesn't take up as much space. So it's not bloated, and that's what I gotta say I like about this. Anyway, if we go back to the settings, this is another cool thing. So I assume this will give us like an Ubuntu style layout. Alright, so it looks very similar to the Unity desktop environment. However, I want to see, wait, can I? So I'm just going to add as many things to the favorites as I possibly can, and I assume that it will add it to here. Oh, no, it won't. Actually, yeah, it will. It will, I think. You know, how do you add it to... Oh, you got widgets? I don't know. Okay, now... No, I don't... Oh, widgets. That's cool. I mean, I guess KDE has had that for a while, but still. Yeah, we'll remove that. Let's see if I can just go back to, ooh, Cupertino. I assume this is going to give us a little bit of a Mac OS style theme. That's what I'm going to assume. Oh, yes. So a little bit like Mac OS. Okay, sure, whatever. I do not care. You can get that notification out of my face. Anyway. Oh, now the buttons are over here. Oh, and it's even rearranged them. It's like, that's a lot like Mac OS. Oh, it did you see that? Oh, watch. It even bounces when you open something. That's very similar to Mac OS. So, for those of you who love Mac and you're looking to switch to Linux, this would probably be a good Linux distribution for you. Let's see. What's familiar? Sure. Huh. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna barf. Is this like a knockoff of the Windows 10 home screen? One of the things that I hated about the Windows 10 start menu was the Windows 10 start menu. It was so bad. And, like, it's so unorganized and blocky. It's so sloppy. I hate it. I cannot look at that anymore. We have to do something else. Let's try tablet mode. Okay. So basically the same thing. I wonder if it supports touchscreen, but I can't test that with this monitor. Redmond. So it kind of gives us like, oh, this is like a Windows XP or Lubuntu or Puppy Linux style layout a little bit. It's kind of cool. That is, oh, and we've got favorites right here. That's kind of cool. So we'll just go back to our normal. And I think I want to install this. So I'll just click install Feren OS. Oh, it uses the Calamares installer, the same installer Debian uses, and we can click next. I can't show you my location, so I'm going to have to pause the video for a sec. Okay, I'm back. Did you miss me? Anyway, we're going to do manual partitioning when we get here. I think I'm going to do edit. So right now, let's move. Takes up about 16 gigabytes of it are used. So if I do 50, I feel like that's not enough. I'll do 55 gigabytes. And that should be plenty for what we're going to do with Ubuntu. And now it gives us about 90 gigabytes. And I think I'll make Feren OS 50 and Slackware 50. So we'll create. And we don't need all those 90 gigabytes since I'm going to put Slackware on here. But we can probably go about 50. And it will give us, no, that's not enough for Slackware. Slackware has a lot more built in than this, so we can actually probably give this only 40 gigabytes. Oh, okay. Then that gives Slackware enough space, and that gives this enough space. That gives Ubuntu enough space. I'm liking this setup right now. Alright. 40 gigabytes. And the new partition. Install bootloader to... I guess I will install Grub. I don't really care where that goes. So why... Here's what I'm wondering. Why can't I go next? That's what oh. I think I know what I did wrong. Did that. Shrink this to about 40. And we'll have to do the mount point, obviously. Duh. Alright, next. And it will install Feren OS to here. We'll have extra space for Slackware, and that will be Ubuntu. Alright, I'm feeling good about that. So it will install. Alright, so it's installing. I really like this Linux distribution. I look forward to using it as a daily driver on this computer. And I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you next time.